almost said not here, Charles.
Good evening. Welcome to Sound Off Buncombe. Today's date's 18th day of October 2007. I got a room full of folks in here. Again, this title of the show is Sound Off Buncombe. It's about issues that affects Buncombe County as well as throughout the city and county. And I'm here with a whole room full. I'm going to start to my left here. Dee Williams. Dee, thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here.
Harry Maroney to my right. Yeah, clap for you, Harry.
No, I was actually clapping for her.
And Jerry Rice to my far right. You know, folks out there, I don't know, Dee, be honest with you, I forgot during the primary to invite you over, and I feel bad because I went to the YMI, the mini debate that they had there, and when I heard you speak, I said, you know, I should have put my eggs in her basket because she knows what she's talking about, and that's the reason I'm inviting you tonight.
Thank you.
You came in 7th place.
Yes, I did.
Very strong showing. You got a lot of support out there, and I think a lot of people knows your message.
A lot of them do, and a lot of them know that it will never change. I'm an independent person. I try to be well versed about everything I say, and I think we need a lot of change in this city, and I think a lot of the people that we elect don't have the political will to make it. And it's going to be up to the people. When they get tired enough, they'll pull the right lever.
I think so. Well, I don't think your message got denied. It just didn't get out there as much. And hey, I want you to keep it up. And tonight, when you're looking at the folks, you want to stress your point, you just look to your left there,
Okay.
and that way they can see you good.
All right.
Jim, what do you think about the way she ran her campaign?
Well, she did remarkably well considering the deck was stacked against her.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly think it's great to hear somebody make it simple and keep it simple, and so people can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she did that. But very, very good, strong candidate for making the issue very, very professional too.
Absolutely.
So the simple message is some of the messages that really gets down to business.
That's exactly right. I appreciate it, gentlemen.
Well, tell me this, who is Dee Williams? In case somebody's sitting there tonight going, I don't remember her. Who is Dee Williams?
Dee Williams is a native of Asheville, business person, small business person. Right now I own food concessions, and we do a little light construction, which is silk fencing. We used to do some paving. We're out of that business right now, but I'm also a FEMA inspector for contract purposes. I'm a licensed real estate broker. Hold 3 degrees, one in accounting, business admin, and another in political science. Community, just work in the community. Love it here, love the people, and want the people to have better lives. That's who I am, and I'm a straight shooter. I am an absolute straight shooter. So that's who Dee Williams is.
Gosh, I don't think we heard anyone running that could even come remotely close to that type of an oath.
And I can understand what she's saying. She's not giving a bunch of goolygop or, you know, near speak or whatever they call it now.
Sure don't sound like a politician to me.
No, she doesn't.
Just real quick, Dee, what were some of the reasons why you ran for council?
Well, basically, one of the most important reasons, the campaign message was building a bridge from the overtaxed to the underserved. In this city, we have people who have worked all of their lives very hard to build this city, have bought homes and tried to raise their families, and now they find they can't even live here anymore. Can't afford it, can't buy a house here, can't get a decent job here, can't pay their taxes. And some of them are elderly people, and that's the reason why I ran, to give these people a voice and to give them representation. That's why. And I don't see anybody else who ran who had a message that was that on.
Yeah, well, we had 3 candidates that was already in office in the city.
Yes.
You mean
incumbents?
Incumbents?
Those incumbents.
Incumbents. Okay, I thought you said incompetent. That's
Well,
what I
That's
thought
who
you
you're
said.
talking about.
We don't want to get not yet. It's early.
Okay, it's early. We still got 45, 50 minutes left here. What do you think about the current 3 that is running and is already in office? Freeborn, Newman, and Davis. This just in the whole, or you can pick each one at will?
I've watched them and happen to try to watch them when they come on weekly on television, Asheville City, and I also follow their policy wonking, as it were, or whatever you want to call it. One of the things that they do is they don't have policies where their fiscal policy matches up with their with the things that they're trying to do. In other words, if you want good jobs, taxes need to be lowered. If you want total quality management, you make sure every department is on task. You saw the recent fiasco with the Parks and Recreation Department, the mismanagement of funds and the switching back and forth. Though that goes to show there are no mechanisms of accountability that are in place and no benchmarks for achieving such. From a programmatic thrust, you got a big business like the city running like a non-business. You got the elected city leadership who are supposed to have enough acumen to run the city, to when they see a budget or the departmental budgets come to the city manager and they're sitting there looking at them, that they know what they're looking at. I don't see that. I see a group of people who micromanage and react to each and every little thing that comes up. There's no consummate plan that's well integrated and that fuses together. There's no vision, absolutely no vision. There is micromanagement at every hand, from the UDO and all of its ramblings and incoherencies to just a 10-year plan for homelessness, in which nobody's figured out yet that other municipalities are busing homeless people in here every day into the city of Asheville, and we are subsidizing or attempting to subsidize that off the backs of taxpayers who can hardly afford to pay their own taxes, property taxes. It's just an unfortunate situation that is brewing and a disaster waiting to happen. And I'm just wondering when the people are going to respond.
Jerry, what if you had to sit across from her and have a debate after that kind of an opening statement?
Well, I'd agree with her in a lot of her issues. I think one of the things that I like about Dee is that she is an issue person. She's not a political person in the sense. She gets down to where people live, and she wants to see the human side of people and see that their needs are met, and that's what I like about her. And, you know, for a debating her, I don't think it's really a debate, but Dee, I think it's working on the issue to solve problems.
Wow.
I love to be able to do that. That's another reason why I ran, was to solve problems. I didn't see anybody that's an incumbent now, out of all six and a mayor, that have, number one, they have not demonstrated a basic understanding of the issues that are confronting our people on a day-to-day basis. Perhaps by sitting on that dais, that there is something that would cloud common sense and everyday judgment into where you cannot get it, that people are having a hard time surviving in the city. And I don't know. I don't see anybody up there who addresses this on a regular basis. And maybe it comes from having a false sense of being someone who has been elected by the people, such that you no longer understand what your role should be. And I think there needs to be a wake-up call. And I don't know if the people have the will. Maybe they're just so apathetic and disappointed. Because, you know, a lot of people voted for these people. And they told them that they were going to do certain things. And they have not delivered.
Where is the breakdown in the voting block? Who are the people that's voting for these incumbents?
These are people who are of special interest groups.
So would you define them basically as progressives?
I would define them as people who have called themselves progressives. Mm-hmm. These people have labeled themselves, and the progressive movement, and I've sort of tried to get a fix on it. It looks like that this movement is a movement that comes from outside of Asheville. It is not what we call indigenous. It is a national platform of maybe liberal thought that has a lot of financing that these folk have tapped into. So if you follow the money trail, and that's what you need to do, you'll find that the stream comes from outside of here in places like New England and out of camps of national politicians like the Dean Camp and so on.